Guys, this is a video on the process of me making my own paddle holster. I just wanted to see if I could do it, so I decided to do it. This right here is nothing but a piece of a lid from a Tupperware container that you get from like a Chinese restaurant. It's one of the square ones, so I just got that. Put it in the microwave for, I don't know, maybe about 4 minutes. And put a rubber band or a piece of string around it just to kind of make it real flexible, and or to make it hold its shape when we put it in the freezer for a little while, just to kind of help it hold its shape. So it's got a little bit of a bend to it right now. And then the other piece is a thicker piece of plastic, which I've taken my handy dandy little grinder here I got from Harbor Freight for next to nothing, and I have kind of tried to bevel the edge down on this side right here, so that when it's actually complete, the belt will just be a little bit of a ramp for the belt to come over and lock into. I've measured 2 inches down for a 2-inch belt here, and I'm about to glue this piece right here with my glue gun, and then I'll show you the next part. Alright guys, so I have glued my little belt retaining piece on my piece of plastic here. I have 2 pieces of leather. I have them stuck together here so I can trim them all to be the same size, but they are about a 1/4 inch larger in complete circumference than the piece of plastic, so that I can stitch all the way around. So I'm just cleaning up the edges, and we'll see what we end up with next. Alright, so I have cleaned up both of these pieces to not exactly. I'm going to wait to do it after it's stitched, because then it just will hold together a little bit easier, and I think it'll just turn out better. So both of these are pretty stiff, so I like that. I'm even considering not using this centerpiece because I guess it doesn't really need it, because these are really stiff, and if I decide to wet them down, and the thickness is pretty questionable at this point, so we'll see. I might end up deciding to do something different, I don't know. But I've got this little piece of, it's kind of like felt fleece-ish, but it's really thin, and this is gonna be for my wife. So I'm thinking about, or I am going to go ahead and just glue it on the back of this piece here with my craft glue, and then the inside, when it touches her skin, is not going to be hard at all or uncomfortable for her. She's the type where if it's uncomfortable for her to do something, she's just not going to do it. So I'd rather make it as comfortable as possible so she'll carry her gun. So that's the plan so far. Alright, so where we are here is, I decided to take this little plastic piece off of that larger plastic that's inside of these two right here. I decided to take it off because the leather put together did not have, it would not show this like I wanted to, so I just stitched a small piece here. It's still about 2 1/4 inches from the top, allowing room for me to stitch something at the top, and still allow room for a belt here for 2 inches. As we speak, I am stitching around the edges of it, which is also the edge of this inside plastic piece, and my little man's trying to, hey, he's trying to help me. So we'll get back in with you here shortly. Alright, so it is stitched all the way around. It's glued on the back. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the edges of the entire thing, and go ahead and I'm going to wet it, and we'll see what it does. Alright guys, I finished the stitching and cleaned up the edges. Now I soaked it in water on both sides for a while. I found a piece of yarn from somewhere in my wife's craft area, and a pot from the kitchen, and I have taken it and tied it to the pot, I guess on the edge of it, so it will kind of dry. When it dries, it will dry in the shape that I'm looking for it to be in. So that is about it so far, and when it is done, when it's dry, I'll probably let it sit overnight. I seem to have the best luck when I let them sit for longer, but I will let it sit overnight, and then you guys will see it again at some point when I do my next holster and I make one, so you'll get a chance to see it. But that is it in a nutshell. I don't know, this is my first try. If I could do it again, I probably would leave my little felt stuff on the back longer, and then do my stitching and then trim it down so it would be a cleaner edge. I'll do that next time I decide to make one. This is my first time. It was just a shot in the dark. Wanted to see if I could do it, so I did it. If you guys have ever made one before and you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments box or something like that, so I can learn, so I can do better next time. So with that is it.